Jones. More space this time, and he kicks a wonderful goal. Oh, what do they say about perseverance? He exemplifies the word.
Tackle. Jones, you don't break his tackle too easily. Gives it to Jones. Nate Jones shrugs one tackle. Steady. Shoots and goals. What a start by the Demons.
Yeah, so it happened the week before round one. I was doing some stuff around the house and went surfing a couple of times and stirred up my neck a little bit, and came into training that week and was a bit stiff and ended up playing in the round one game. But post that, I had some pretty significant pain, and it turned out that I had a disc bulge, and I ended up having a couple of injections, maybe 4 or 5 cortisone injections, and that. So from there I've had a few specialists and surgeons and stuff look at it, and the best sort of way to attack it, obviously due to time constraints and wanting to be right for round one next year, is to get in and get surgery. So all going well, I'll be right sort of 2 or 3 weeks before round one next year. It's obviously pretty scary, being my neck. I've actually never had surgery either, so it's been pretty daunting for me. I think the difficult one is, when you're an athlete and, as I said, you've got some time constraints in terms of being able to prepare for the following season. Had I just been a normal dude outside, they could have said I'd just rest up and, it may not improve, but it's not going to get any worse kind of thing. Whereas, obviously the rigours of being an athlete, and I guess when you're playing footy, you can sort of get hit from anywhere, tackled from anywhere. So they're probably the ones when your head's down over the ball, just copping a knock to the head. I think they're the things I've got to control to a certain degree. That's not to say I won't be 100%. It's just more, building back into getting used to that again. And for me, it's been a huge learning year. Obviously juggling family, form. The responsibilities have been the skipper, and I've been reasonably happy. I've probably played some of the better games I've played in my career this season, but just the consistency that I'm used to, I didn't feel like I had that. Found myself struggling at times with the tags, and I think that's something I'll really work on over pre-season, making sure if I do get someone run with me, that it doesn't limit me as much as it did this year. Yeah, look, I don't want to make an excuse for that. I think it was probably the only game I really regret playing was the GWS game in round 2. I definitely wasn't 100% that day, and sort of from there, as I said, I started to sort of manage my neck a bit. So I think at times it definitely played on me and may have affected me, subconsciously. But in the end, that's definitely not to blame for the inconsistency. I think it's just something I had to deal with. A lot of guys deal with injury throughout the whole season, so that was just something I had to manage, and I'll get on top of that this pre-season. And I think probably the biggest load that I've realised is just having an awareness of the group, and being able to address them at times and make sure I have a really clear understanding of the mood of the group and where everyone's at and those kind of things. I think they've probably been the greatest responsibilities I've had, and probably adjustments I've had to make in terms of adding in more time to. It consumes more time to do that and more energy, but I've really enjoyed my responsibilities as skipper this year, and I'm looking forward to next season. I think I'll be in a far better position this time next year, off the back of having experienced some of the experiences I've had this year, and be back better than ever next year.